What's good? What's good? It's your boy B Neil. Welcome back to Bryce Reacts, man. We here with another one. Man, it's funny how history repeats itself and just give it a little time, some information or a tweet gonna come out to support your evidence, especially when you're talking the truth. And with that being said, it kind of ties into the Jay-Z conversation and how there's been many artists that's had gripes and complaints about how like he's done them and things like that, whether it's Nicki, whether it's Drake, whether it's Dame, whether it's Kanye, you name it. Like there's plenty of guys and women out there that feels a certain type of way. And what makes it even worse is when like these artists also feel like they had a relationship. Like from Nicki, she signed title to title. So like you giving a guy like a lot of energy as far as like believing in a project he came up with. Kanye, like they went on tour, they did all these things together, and then Kanye started crashing out saying Jay's like being on some funny shit. Whether Kanye was acting crazy or not, it's hard to understand. But when there's so many people that has these gripes about Jay-Z, it starts to feel like Kanye might have been on to something, if we being real. And you know what? That brings up a more interesting point that I'm gonna have to bring up a little bit later. But with that being said, let's hop right into this video. I got some things queued up that I think is gonna make for a very interesting conversation. Let's get it.
Yeah,
Now let's talk about the career. Let's go back a little bit. Now
Yeah.
you sold millions and millions and millions of records, and then all of a sudden you slowed down. It just seemed like you just stopped. Was it the fact that you had a problem with Def Jam? Was it the producers? Was you with Rough Riders? What made DMX stop recording? And we being truthful because we want to know. We haven't heard from X in a long time.
Y'all know the story already, you know what I'm saying? Used to be my dog, you was in my left titty, screenwriter die, I thought you would die with me, What happened?
I want to pause it there because I found it was interesting that he brought up that line with the "I used to be my dog," like you was my ride or die. Like that was some sentimental shit. Like you had to feel like there was a real bond there. So I had to look it up. I was like, how close was Jay-Z and DMX actually? They both appeared on Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, Money, Cash, and Hoes in 1998, which was the peak of most. I mean, not the peak, but they was like Jay-Z was 3 years into his third album. DMX just dropped a huge album in 1998, if I'm not mistaken. Then you go to Jay-Z, DMX, and Ja Rule was briefly discussed the supergroup called Murder Inc. And I feel like I don't think that's too much like fluff. Like I'm sure that was a conversation. It probably like had like a 10% chance of ever happening just because they were all solo acts to start off with. But I could see how like just like Future and Drake and Young Thug and maybe like 2015, they never gonna start a group, but like they inspiration to keep working with each other and stuff like that, like consistently. Like I almost felt like they could come up with a name or something. Like I'm sure like it was talks like that that they've had behind closed doors. Like, and that just speaks to like how much time they probably did spend together. So they also went to tour and on a Hard Knock Life tour. So just shit like that is like the like type of chemistry that get built on these tours, whether it's good or bad. We see you could definitely be bad with the 2024. Like you think it's one thing and you think you're planting certain seeds of one thing, and when you look up 12 years later down the road, niggas is envious and spiteful of you, even though you're trying to give them a look in the beginning. So, I think from DMX perspective, when he went on tour with Jay-Z, for based on that line he delivered in his interview, I feel like he thought they had some good chemistry together. So he kind of felt betrayed, and I think that's very interesting. So let's keep listening to some of the things that he had to say. And even one other thing I wanted to get into real quick. Just how was I looking at the wrong thing? I don't know what screenshot I was looking at earlier, but the screenshot I was trying to show was just talking about. No, I was reading from the thing. I wasn't looking at the wrong thing. I'm sorry. So I just wanted to get into this because Envy talked about you were on fire. Just wanted to get at just to show people like Flesh of My Blood, like just in case you guys didn't know. So 670 first week, I think it went platinum, super crazy. I think it went diamond, if I'm not mistaken, or it's some crazy stupid number like that. And then Backdoor almost did 700 again, and then there was X. So he went crazy. He went crazy. I said he was pretty much peaking around the same time Jay-Z was peaking, based on at least the conversation I had from Wardu. Wardu said from 96 to '03. This is from 98 to pretty much '03 of some pretty good success. So I just wanted to show that when they were talking about DMX. It wasn't some small numbers. Like DMX was fucking huge, bro.
Yeah, everything was good. I go to do the 6th album. and
Jay-Z
somebody
became
else takes
president.
over. Yeah. When he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, "Yo, dog, inmates is running the building." Like, "Yo, you good?"
Ah, fuck.
Dog, inmates is running the building. Like, "Yo, you good?" Finish the album, shoot the video. What happened? Niggas go on vacation and we don't know.
Yeah, I can see how that even started off fake. Yo, oh, it's me and Mason. We running shit. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Like he gets that first fake phone call, and they start to build this chemistry. But the whole time, Jay-Z plotting and doing other things in his mind. And I just think, like, if we were just to look up at this one-off situation, that'd probably be unfair to Jay-Z. But when you see him do what he did with Tidal, you see what he did with Kaepernick, when you see what he did with Dame Dash and so many other artists, like so even Kanye, like I said, ran it for a while talking shit about him. Like it starts to see like he'll have these like build faith moments where you think, oh, we have the greatest relationships, and then it backdoors and he backdoor you do some weird shit. And it was funny. I wonder if Kanye learned that from Jay-Z, because that was one of Drake's gripes with Kanye. Is like, nigga, like I work with you. You called me up to Montana or wherever the fuck it was. Nigga, I'm thinking the vibes was great. I'm thinking everything was cool. I'm thinking I'm gonna give you a song. You gonna give me a song. And kumbaya moment. I tell you about my kid. Like I really open up to you type shit. And like really thought we had something type shit. And for you just to backdoor me and go tell that shit to Pusha T so he gonna make a diss track. Like that's where like it feels like Hove is on that type of energy, but damn near times 10, because he actually gonna fuck up your money. He might blackball you and some more shit.
What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know? Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. Because at first you retire, then get me off the label, now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good.
And I wonder when he brings up that first you retired, because he was like, you retired because you really didn't want that smoking competition. And then soon as you put like throw some water on my fire, you want to pop out all of a sudden again. Like that's what DMX saying. Like he's not being as like he's not breaking it detail for detail, because he's probably still emotional hood niggas type shit. Like I ain't trying to lay it all on the sleeve, but like that's what I'm hearing, if I'm not mistaken. And if we go back real quick just to look at it, like I'm not sure exactly what album he's talking about when he signs with when Jay-Z takes over. So let's actually do some research real quick. So he took over Def Jam in 2004, and I just want to say I think that's the type of stuff that actually helped Jay-Z become GOAT status. It's like, oh, you were doing label shit, like you're becoming like the manager of labels and artists and stuff like that. Obviously, you had Birdmans and Diddy's and shit like that, but Def Jam was, I feel like, in like was a different level of like echelons, because it was already like curated and made. Then he became this guy that put in that position. Like I feel like those are the things that people don't really talk about as much, what helped him become GOAT more than just the catalog. And I say that just because I had the Jeezy versus Jay-Z versus last night on D-Frank's channel. But with that being said, they said he started in 2004. And I mean, that explains, it could explain some of the fall off a little bit, because you already see from 700 to 5, 200K or to 300K, that's a big fall off. Then you fall off another 100. And then let's say in this time frame, you just go missing just because there's some Def Jam, and Jay-Z being weird. They don't want to drop the album. So maybe if you did drop there, you're like shit get revitalized. But other people was plotting on your career in another way and trying to end you and make sure you don't come back in a way. And that's maybe what DMX is saying. And even what Envy was kind of asking, like, so what happened to your career? And this is what he goes to. You can call it an excuse, or you could say, just like many other artists, it ended up being label problems. But the fact that it was an artist that supposed to be your friend, that was may be a part of causing the label problems, or not being upfront with me about the things that in these meetings and stuff, and you playing in my face is like, and how you could have helped me, even though like they might feel some other type of way. Let me know, like, you my dog. It's interesting.
That's all good.
But everybody knows you've had.
Now you back rapping again. Then get me off the label. Now you. Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. Because at first, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know? Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. Because at first you retire, then get me off the label. Now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good. That's all good.
But everybody knows you've had battles with drugs throughout the years.
Yeah.
So at the time, they were saying that you was on drugs. That's why they didn't want.
Nasty take from Charlamagne. This is a nasty spin. This is why I say, watch how quick the whole event just come out of nowhere.
Invest in you.
Right. They already invested. What you mean they didn't want to invest? They already invested. Like I said, the album was recorded, shot the video. You mean everything? That was just some bullshit. You know what that was.
Do you ever feel
Let's
like
get rid of the competition?
Do you ever feel like people at the label didn't do enough for you when they could tell that you really needed help?
So now she's coming from the sympathy aspect, but she's still bringing up the drugs, bro. As a person that be watching media for a long time, these are underhanded attacks, but attacks from behind, like their hand, like trying to hide their hand, pretty much saying, "Nigga, that's an excuse." What you said with the Jay-Z shit. And him, Rock Nation, like hoeing you and stunting your growth. Essentially, it really was your drugs, nigga. Talk about that, nigga. That's really what they just said just now. They had so many conversations they could have brought up that DMX brought up, just like I said, oh wait, so that's how you feel about it? He was like you feel like he stunted your growth. What do you mean he retired and came back? It was a lot of conversations they could have asked just in that brief thing that he said was very powerful, but it was quickly said. It was still a lot to be unpacked in there. They said, nah, let's flip to the drugs. Nasty. Fucking nasty. And like I said, that's the whole ethos. That's the whole Avengers coming out just like they come out today. They've always been there, bro. Shout out to the code.
Do you think that you were too far gone?
No, I was never too far gone. I mean, it just... All I need.
Look how confident he answered that. He bro, I've been on this shit. I've been doing this shit. Like when I say on it, I've been doing this music shit at a high level, and that wasn't it. That wasn't it. At my peak, I was acting crazy and insane. So that's never been his thing. As far as having even that, it's not a stick. DMX was always considered raw, crazy energy, just different, sporadic. He was always being considered as different. So him being on drugs wouldn't have affected his career and how he was received publicly and shit like that. And even then, it's I don't think that even would have affected how he created music, because that's always been his energy in a sense to me. So yeah, it just feels like a reach in there. How he answers it so confident. You're like, no, what the fuck you mean?
I was never too far gone. I mean, it just all I needed was just do me like you do everybody else. You don't sit there and speculate about this and think about this and assume this. Just do me like you do everybody else, and it's gonna be all right, man. You know what I mean? But that never happened.
So I think with DMX too, you never. Def Jam, I feel, never put a lot into DMX. It was always the groundwork with DMX. It was kind of like where he was from, just spread it across the. It was never they never spent.
I don't think they expected it.
Yeah, they never expected it. And then when it hit, it was like,
million. Yeah. Get out with the first album. Get at me go.
Nah, they never expected that from DMX. Now we got to talk about you driving DMX. DMX, you should never drive a.
This nigga want to say, let's talk about driving. Nigga said, let's talk about driving. There was so much to unpack there, and you niggas decided to move past that conversation. Even if y'all wanted to get into the drug conversation more, there was so much to talk about, and this nigga let's get into driving. Like I said, to me, that's nasty. Well, I wanted to bring up another example of one of Jay-Z's affiliates, or someone that probably thought was friends with him, and how they feel a certain type of way, afterwards. They thought they had a relationship, they thought they were cool, and they end up flipping. Like I said, there's so many different artists we could look at, and Kanye is one of these examples, but this is one of his crash outs, one of his legendary crash outs that happened some years back.
I've been sitting here to give y'all my truth, even at the risk of my own life, even at the risk of my own success, my own career. I've been sitting here to give y'all the truth. Jay-Z, call me, bro. You still ain't called me. Jay-Z called me. Hey, bro, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me.
I said, Act TV say them niggas, they after me. He ain't the first person to say it. Or to understand what he is and willing and how he's capable of sending them motherfuckers. Let's just say that.
Be like a man.
When you do it,
I'm not trying to be the man. I just am a man. The same as everybody here. I ain't above, below, none of y'all. We all equal. We all equal. These is the vibes, bro. This is the future. This is the way of thinking to make America great again. The way motherfuckers put money up so high. Popularity up so high. Popularity. I was hurt. Feelings matter, bro. The way motherfuckers put money up so high. Popularity. Radio spins. Feelings matter, bro. Feelings matter, bro. It's a new world, Hillary Clinton. It's a new world. Feelings matter. Because guess what? Everybody in middle America felt away, and they showed you how they felt. Feelings matter. It's a new world, Jay-Z. Hey, don't send killers at my head, bro. This ain't the Malcolm X movie. We growing from that moment. Let yay be yay. Oh, wait a second. Do y'all agree with that? Let yay be yay. I wouldn't be smart out of my own well-being to say things like this. Radio.
So yeah, I mean, obviously Kanye was twisted. Like, I won't say, I don't know where his mental mind state was, but he definitely was spiteful towards Jay after a while. And he was just one of the many artists. And if we were just to go off Kanye, like I said, as his one example, it don't look like a great case against Jay-Z where it's like, oh, we actually got something. But when you throw Nicki in there, you throw Dame, you throw, I said Kaepernick, you throw all these other artists and individual people that have these stories about these underhanded practices. You throw him DMX, you throw him Drake. Like, that's when the narrative really starts to form. And that's when I start believing some of the things that we actually been talking about these last couple of videos about Hov being a slimy Marcy's ass guy. And even that's a Tony Ayo type of bar and line that he said recently. So yeah, like I think a lot of people are aware of it once you get the bigger picture, or once you get all the different little instances that's been going on in the last 20, 30 years with him. Like, this was early in 2003. Dame Dash and how he did Dame Dash, that was early 2000s. Like, all the way to Nicki having problems with him in Tidal now. It's like, brother, at a certain point, that is your character. That is your story, and you can avoid it. Being said, man, we're out. As always, man, it's been a blessing to drop these videos, man, and get these subs up. Y'all make sure y'all keep liking and subscribing, man. We up out this thing. Peace.